Hey guys, and welcome to the Rune Awakening video. Not to be confused with the Rude Awakening video. That is a completely separate topic. Maybe we'll get to that. Rune Awakening, I've been asked about it quite a bit recently, so I thought I would do a quick video explaining what it is, how you do it, and how to decide what to do. Obviously, this is a very deep topic, and your choices are going to depend heavily on your build and what you need out of it. But this is just a basics overall on awakenings. So, first things, let's get to the obvious stuff. What do you need to do to awaken something, and what is it? So, awakening a rune, okay, either link or skill, requires the rune to be a legendary level, so the red, and it needs to be at least level 30. Okay, those are the absolute minimum requirements. After that, you will need a awakening stone, both of which are available right here. Okay, link rune engraving stone and the skill rune engraving stone. They can both be made by taking a legendary rune upgrade, such as this, or the skill one, and crafting it at the alchemy table in the third tab under essence. Down at the bottom here, they will take the rune itself and 400 major earth elements, and then I think it's 500,000 gold. I'm not sure about the exact number. Mine's lowered by quite a bit, so I don't know, but I think that's how much it is. After you have made this, okay, you're going to go down to the rune lady if you're in Saludo, and if you're not in Saludo and you're awakening stuff, good for you. Okay, go down to the rune enchant. Sorry, the wrong one. Go to the rune growth tab. Go up here to the second one, and this is your rune awakening menu. Now, you can put stuff in and awaken it. As you can see, when you click this, it's going to give you your options and whatnot. There is another way, because people, someone today specifically asked me, oh, I wish they had a list of those, because you can't find them anywhere in game. And you can, and it's very easy to do. In your journal, in your item compendium, under the rune compendium, if you click on any rune and click this nice little button over here, it will show you all three of the things. Now, I'm pretty sure you can actually do this with runes in your backpack as well, but I haven't awakened anything in so long that all my stuff awakened already. So you can see the three options for any of the awakenings. I was asked when would be the best time to awaken, okay? Should I do it right when I hit 30? Should I wait till 45? And really, one, it's a personal choice. Two, depending on how many resources you have access to, or what it's going to give you, okay? In the cases of some of the awakenings, especially when it comes to link runes, the awakenings will give you very little over what the rune already has. Some of them are astronomically better, and it's really going to depend on what you are using to, what you're awakening, sorry. So if we look at something like something I know, okay, so we're going to go look at Chain Lightning. It's the first thing I awakened, and I awakened it incorrectly because of wording, and this is why I wanted to look at this one in particular. So you're given three options, okay? Source, Origin, and Verity. Okay, it's going to be the same three titles on all of them. I don't know why they have them named like that, but whatever. So we're going to look at the three options on Chain Lightning, and I'm going to explain why I took what I took, and why I think it was worth powering up as soon as I was able to do so. So I got, initially, I wanted to do this guy right here, Origin, because I misread the wording, okay? This is, you're going to get chain range. Cool. That makes your chains chain farther. That's pretty good. And 3% lightning damage amp. Amp is always going to be really good per 1 chain. Now, the wording on that is, it sounds like the amount of chains you have available to you. And it's not. It's per chain that it has chained. So if it hits the first guy and goes to the second one, you get 3% amp. It goes to the next guy, you get 3% amp. So what I had intended to do was take Verity. And this is, again, why I'm bringing up this one in particular, because of the wording. And if you have any kind of brain, like I didn't at the time, you will see that this one has per remaining chain. Now, generally, that's going to be better when it comes to this rune. And again, this I'm just talking about specifically this one, because when you're fighting out in maps, yeah, you're going to be, you know, fighting a bunch of enemies, but you're always going to end up fighting elites and bosses more, and that's where you're going to want the amp more. So that's why that one is better. Anyways, so when it comes to when you should level something up, it really depends on the thing. In my case with Chain Lightning, because I knew that this was going to give me a lot of amp, I wanted to get this as soon as possible. Some other runes, it's not going to be nearly as important. If you get to something, I'm trying to think of something in my tree that's not necessarily worth doing right away, like Roll. There's a really good example. Roll, you can get some extra uses and stuff, and it's really good, but Awakening Roll is such a minor thing to waste a resource like an Awakening Stone. So I wouldn't do it right away, personally. When it comes to what I think in order of priority on how you should do things, your main skills, okay, so if you're running a Link, and I'm pretty sure everyone does, I don't know of any builds that don't run a Link, or a trigger skill, sorry. So your main and your trigger skill, your seals that you are using, the cat's going nuts over there, and then any, what are they called? Enhanced skills, okay? That would be the priority that I feel like you should awaken stuff in, but obviously it is up to you. Again, looking at the awakening options and deciding if it is worth doing it early or later, or if it's worth doing at all. Again, I have everything awakened, even the stuff that barely matters, because I'm a completionist lunatic. I just realized I should go do that right now. I'm going to do that while I continue the video. So, for the most part, I say it's entirely dependent on the thing, but again, going to depend if maybe you got access to a rune stone through a battle pass, maybe you got one from a special event, and it might be worth using early, because it's not like it's gonna go away as you level it up more. If you have access to a stone, and one of your main skills has not been awakened, it might be worth doing. Again, it isn't going to depend entirely on your build and how you do things, but I hope this very brief explanation of how to see what you can awaken, because again, someone said, oh, I wish they had a list. Well, it's right here. You can look at them anytime you want. You can awaken links. Some you cannot. I wanted to point that out really quick. Certain link runes, so like in this case, vitality recovery, improved technique, intellectual. Okay, the certain ones won't have awakenings. That's just, you're saving money. That's really what that is. Yeah. The other thing I wanted to point out, I'm trying to remember stuff, I'm really tired, was there are certain runes, okay, that might suck without an awakening. Previously in Act 12, there was a skill called Cold Outburst, which was kind of lackluster until you awakened it the one way, and then it was one of the most powerful skills in the game. So it's worth deciding as you're building your build or figuring out what you're going to do. It's worth taking a look at the awakening options before you start putting resources into any rune, because certain stuff is going to be more powerful only when it's awakened. And in this case, this is a skill that I would have never decided it's useless to me as a player. Unite Crowd. It is a minion thing, but when it is awakened with the proper thing, which is Verity, you can toggle it between increasing your armor or increasing your move speed. So it's a fairly cheap way to increase your move speed. If you have a slot for it, it's great. But these are the kinds of things you should be looking out for as you're deciding what you're going to awaken. Because some of the awakenings, so in the case of Seal of Striking, you can turn it into a rapid seal, so you can use it as a active skill. Cats are fighting to the death. You can use it as, or turn it into an aura, so it affects everyone else and not you. Good for minion use. Or you can reduce its mana cost. If you're not a minion user and you're not going to use it as a rapid seal, that extra mana loss is, or the mana reduction isn't worth awakening it, even though itself is a really good thing. So as you're deciding what you're going to do, make sure you take a look through and see some of the options, because some things are, again, like in this case, really good when awakened or completely useless. I think that's all I wanted to say in this video, and I really hope it helps the people that are looking for this info, especially because searching the awakenings in the compendium isn't particularly clear anywhere in the game. But I thought, I should point this out. So that's it for this video. I hope I got everything. If I missed something, please let me know in the comments, and I will put a correction in the description. I will also put in the description a link to my Twitch if you want to come hang out or just ask questions or whatever. I'm always on. Anyways, guys, good luck out there. Stay safe, and I hope you don't get murdered by cats like I'm about to.